Hello, everyone. I'm Captain Logan, and joining me as always is Austin, the Day Ghost.
Hello, everybody.
And tonight we've also got my son Freddie,
Hello.
real late on a Wednesday. We'll see how much of this he holds out for because we're doing a double feature tonight. And I should mention for everybody on multiple streams. So when we finish Beauty and the Beast, this is Disney Renaissance Mania, everybody. When we finish Beauty and the Beast, we're going to drop from this stream, bid everybody farewell, and then come back with another stream that I've not set up yet. So if you're watching live right now and you want to hang out with us when we do Aladdin, did I say Aladdin? Did I say that correctly? Beauty and the Beast and then Aladdin?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast and then Aladdin. That's what you said upstairs.
Then, just now, I wasn't sure if I said it right. Then we're going to I come back and do a second show. So just hang out with us and you'll see the stream pop up. Welcome everybody. Excited to do these. These are both of them of the big major animated Disney movies for me as a kid, and that my mom put on rotation at absolute nauseum. It was these two and Lion King. Just constantly. Like, I probably saw Beauty and the Beast like 45 times as a child.
Oh my gosh.
And I probably saw Aladdin 145 times as a child.
Aladdin is way better.
Wow. Shots fired.
Probably.
Wow, that's a hot take for where I'm coming from. But some of it is just like what like your own personal sensibilities and what most resonates with you, right? Like Aladdin is a really good movie.
I mean, neither makes my top five, but I think I like Aladdin more than Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. It's like they're both really good.
I would love to know what your top five are, because some of them will just be movies I don't know or don't know very well.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I think last night, like I'm also a big fan of the Dark Age because I don't mean top five Renaissance. I mean just in general.
Right.
So like, there's also just a lot of stuff. Like Robin Hood would be there.
That's one of my wife's
like
favorites.
Great Mouse Detective.
I feel like just by virtue of what's there, just process of elimination, this would have to be in your top five Renaissance. There's 10.
Yeah, no, these would make my top five Renaissance, I would imagine.
And you and I both had really nice things to say about this movie when we did the request on it. This will be kind of the opposite sort of experience for us from last night, because we didn't know that movie hardly at all. Last night we did Rescuers Down Under. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever heard of that movie?
I have. I've watched it like twice.
Have you really? Have you ever seen the original Rescuers?
I don't think so.
Did you know there was an original Rescuers?
I did.
Did you know that's a sequel?
I did.
Oh, look at you. Coming with the knowledge. Coming with the yes or no answers of knowledge. Yeah, I didn't know
To
that
be
you were aware of
fair,
that movie.
it was. Have you seen The Rescuers? Yes. Did you know that Down Under's a sequel? Well, yeah.
No, I have no doubt that he actually knows these things. Anyway, so this time we're doing a movie that Austin and I have actually talked about before, and this is going to be the only one of those where we've actually done a review on the movie, and then next week we're going to do one that we have done a commentary on before, which is very odd because Hercules counts as a superhero movie because it's basically a Superman movie, and so we've already done a superhero rewind commentary on that movie. And I plan to say nothing of substance whatsoever through that entire commentary because I've already done my analysis bit, and that might be the one where I'm playing a video game or a board game or eating on camera. It's a Mania; anything could happen.
Dad, Nikki Reen likes the matching Spider-Man shirts.
Yeah, we're doing Beauty and the Beast, so naturally Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said to you guys off camera, like I realized that Disney bought Marvel, but like I still don't think of Spider-Man as a Marvel character.
I think Mickey Mouse is pretty angry.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. Well, and Spider-Man is the best Disney princess, to be fair.
I can't wait to do two shows if Freddie can hold out with Freddie and Austin, because we're just gonna hear Freddie laugh the entire time. It's gonna be the whole thing. So yeah,
There's lots of funny things.
Austin does say lots of funny things. That's really 90% of why he's here. Is he's just funny. Austin is my comic relief character.
He's also your friend.
He is my friend. That's true. But
that's the smaller part.
Yeah,
I'm like Timon and Pumbaa together, like merged. Just the one comedic relief.
You missed a giant opportunity, so I'm going to say it. Austin being the comic relief is the reason that every time he's on a show, we have that obligatory moment where we shoot him in the ass with a double barrel shotgun.
I was going to say, this is going to go back to being tortured in Australia, isn't it?
It sure is.
Dad.
Yeah.
He's the LeFou to your Gaston.
Oh, man. I can't decide if that's an insult or the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. I'm Gaston.
I want to be LeFou. He's small, and I like small people. That's cool.
Well, I know you like small people. I didn't know you wanted to be them. I didn't know that you were a big fan of small people because you admire them.
No, I'm a big supporter, but I would 100% be smaller if I could be.
RJ Godzilla called you the snowman from Frozen. I think that absolutely is an insult.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I didn't live in Canada.
Let's get into the movies. We have two of these to do tonight, so I don't want to do too much preamble. Austin can remind us what his history is with this movie as we get in, and Freddie, jump in at any time, man. Whatever comes to mind, whatever sounds fun to talk about. These are real loosey-goosey. We'll have some substantive conversation here and there, I'm sure, but have fun, riff a little, say whatever comes to mind. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's get right into it. It's Beauty and the Beast. It's 1991, and hilariously, we're going to have a year in between our movies for tonight. It's the only year that's going to happen, where there was not one of these that came out in 92. We jump... am I right about that, or is it... No, 92 is Aladdin,
sure.
And then 93 we skip for Nightmare Before Christmas, and then 94 is Lion King. That's what it is. So we'll have a gap between tonight and tomorrow night's show. Okay, here we go. Everybody dance now. Everybody get ready to press play when I say now. I'm just about to do it. Everybody, please press play. Right. Hold on. Sorry. I thought I was there. I'm not quite there. Okay, here we go. Everybody, please press play. Right now. Freddie, we just saw this, but in a different form.
Yeah.
We had our legally distinct Disney opening.
Dun, 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 dun.
Freddie, so you said Aladdin is the better movie.
It is.
Why is that? And do you like this movie, or is it just like a slight step down from Aladdin?
I do really like this movie.
Do you need to watch it again right here before you remember what your opinions are?
No.
What do you think of this old Mickey Mouse cartoon that we're seeing right now? You've seen that before, too.
Yeah. I forgot what it's called.
Steamboat Willie.
Oh, yeah, Steamboat Willie.
Which is now in the public domain.
Yep.
That means you can take that cartoon and do
6 other cartoons?
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you like this movie, okay?
Yeah.
The big thing that Aladdin has over this, though, is that it has a happy ending. Whereas this ends with Belle being like, "Oh, the prince isn't nearly as attractive as he was as the Beast."
No, that's true, and it's undeniable. Like, objectively, he's not as attractive as an actual man. It's very strange.
And you can see it in her face. They animated it knowing that.
She's got this weird, like crinkle in her mouth where it's like, ugh. That's who I'm stuck with. If only she had looked at the pictures that we're seeing at the opening of this movie. If she just gone and looked at the stained glass window, she'd be like, maybe he should just stay a beast. I mean, I'm going to feel bad for all the furniture and dishes and stuff, but that'd have to stay that way.
No, I mean, they'll like it.
I'm still
Well,
shocked.
the one kid has like the chip missing in his class. It's like if he became a person, he just had like a piece of his head missing.
Oh yeah, no, we talked about that. I think
we did talk about that
when we
on
did
the
our review. I
request.
think you brought that up. You were like, he should have a big chip in his head.
Big dent.
So I don't know if you agree with this, Austin, because The Little Mermaid is gorgeous, and Rescuers Down Under is, as I kept saying yesterday, absolutely breathtaking. I feel like there's even yet at least a slight step up in the quality of animation with this movie.
Yeah.
Particularly just in detail.
That's fair.
Like, that opening, like, lush shot of the castle is just friggin' gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. No, it does look really nice.
And I think it also looks even a little bit more like some of... And some of it's just the setting, right? But some of the movies from the classic period.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially because we're going back to, like an old village and like castles and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And so it's looking a little bit more like a Snow White or a Sleeping Beauty.
Because obviously you have an element of that with Little Mermaid, but this feels much more classic with being, like a castle and like a hillside, whereas that's, a big palace under the sea.
Yeah, and to be fair, the backgrounds, maybe not so much with the character models, but there is a bit of a different style going on here, even though it's still unmistakably Disney, like between this and Little Mermaid and the stuff that'll come after it. So there's kind of a watercolor palette happening here. Like there's a bit of a storybook kind of feel to the backgrounds.
Yeah, well, and just really nice warm colors here in this village.
Angel Castaneda, great exposition. Yeah, I'm still shocked they didn't get Patrick Stewart to do that opening monologue. It's one of those things that and the one that opens Nightmare Before Christmas sound like they could have been Patrick Stewart, and then I swear to God they had Patrick Stewart come in and redo it for a vinyl record.
Oh, weird.
For A Nightmare Before Christmas. And I don't know how recent that was, because it was on a re-release double disc that I bought a couple years ago, and I don't know if that was like a new recording, or if it was from like, I don't know, it doesn't, it sounds like him like 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. So that just makes me think of the Seth MacFarlane movies, the Ted movies, because he narrates those.
Oh, does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I learned the other day that
did they bring him back
they made a show of it. No, I learned the other day they got Ian McKellen to replace him for the TV show.
That's
like, what?
Hilarious.
How have I never heard of this?
That's awesome. No, see, that show is the reason that it's taking McFarlane so long to make another season of the Orville. So I've got like a little bit of a bone to pick for that with that show, because he like went off to make that instead of the Orville, and I don't care about Ted.
Well, it ended with 2, so it's done now.
Yeah, and like that's okay, because we've learned that he's actively working on that show, and he's going to come back for season 4 eventually. So the scripts are done. He's written. They've got the entire season written. They just don't know when they're going to film it.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll get more. It might be another 5 years, and some of the cast might not come back, but we're going to... No, they almost everybody's supposed to come back. Anyway, nobody cares about this. It's a Mania.
Exactly.
Somebody mentioned all the baguettes, discussing topics, so many baguettes. Yeah, this time somebody's actually going to get to eat the bread, though. Austin, we didn't lose the bread like last night.
Oh my gosh, I never realized that girl was bald.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Don't make fun of her. She might have cancer. You don't know. Oh, they don't really
Will
have.
Smith's gonna come attack you.
I guess they probably don't have those kinds of cancer treatments at this point in history, though.
Yeah, no. No, if you have cancer at this time, they just put a leech on you.
I thought you were going to say you're just done.
Basically.
You'd never know anything was wrong with her until she's just dead. Doesn't he deserve the best? It's the cleft chin, really, that makes him worthy of being entitled about everything. And he's excellent at shooting everything. He's got... You gotta love that he's carrying around a musket and he's got a bow and arrow. That's fantastic.
Didn't we just learn recently that Gaston almost got his...
Oh, look, it's the Powerpuff Girls!
That's true, yeah.
I'm sorry, Austin, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say, didn't we just learn that Gaston almost had his own movie?
Oh, that's canceled? Right. Like, they were gonna spin him off into a live-action movie? Is that what you're talking about?
I guess maybe like what they did with like Cruella and Maleficent.
And, like, the weird Lion King spin-off. Which I guess was a prequel, but like the Mufasa movie.
Yeah. That's the only one I can sanction, just so that you can say nobody has a film like Gaston.
That's wonderful. No, that's fantastic. He's roof jumping. He thinks he's a superhero. Austin, I'm going to jump ahead for a minute. I'm sure we talked about this with the review, but I can't remember where you came down on it. Do you feel like it's kind of odd by the end of the movie that once Gaston sees the Beast, he kind of loses all interest in Belle and he just wants to go kill the Beast?
No, because then it becomes like a Universal monster movie where it's like, there's the monster, we gotta go kill him.
Well, sure, I get that, but everything he does is in service to himself, and so I just wonder if it's not like a weird sudden kind of motivation shift, where I would think that he would try to do it in such a way. Maybe I might be wrong about this. I'm just kind of speaking off the top of my head right now. But in such a way where he wouldn't like completely give up the possibility of being with her. But maybe he's just decided that that he's lost her completely at that point anyway because of the way he's treating her father. I don't know.
Well, doesn't he also think that he's just gonna kill the Beast and then get Belle? Like it's like the classic hero trope of I killed the monster, now I get the girl.
Well, that's the thing is that doesn't come up. I wish he'd talk about that, and then I would maybe buy it a little more. I don't think he says that. We'll watch for it though. Lucas Greencap, he's killing the Beast to secure his possession of Belle. Maybe that's the point of it. It always kind of reads to me. We'll see what it seems like on my 155th time watching this.
Well, like that's obviously part of the subversion of the hero that normally comes in to kill the evil monster.
Sure.
In these movies.
And you're right. That is
we're taking a step further from Little Mermaid, where I said that was thinking about it a little bit, whereas here we're thinking about it more.
Yeah, and you're right that it kind of harkens back to a Frankenstein or something. In that case, where the monster is supposed to be somewhat misunderstood. In this case, it's a monster that brings everything on himself, but is not evil and has like had his character arc and like come around and found his compassion again. I saw this for the first time in the theater with my second grade class. I had like the coolest second grade teacher, and she brought the whole class to the theater to see this movie. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Did you see the genie lamp in his Rube Goldberg machine?
No, I looked up like right as it must have happened.
He had a he had a genie lamp. I feel like he could solve all of his problems right now.
But then he'll rub it and Jafar will come out.
RJ Godzilla Gaston figures if he kills the Beast, Belle would choose him. Yeah, it just feels to me in the moment like he completely loses interest in her, and it's not really about that anymore. But I don't know if I'm totally right about that.
Yeah, because
I've never had
he
that.
try to throw Belle into the asylum?
That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Is that he's like, again, because he says to her, if you're not with us, you're against us. And so it seems like his motivation is completely shifted at that point, where he's either just, more of a goldfish than people keep saying I am, and he just has shifted his interest real quick. Oh, well, there is a Beast, and so I gotta go kill. Like, he makes a big deal out of mounting the head on his wall, and so maybe he's given up on Belle at that point and decides, okay, well, I can get like more fame and glory for doing this, and then I guess I'm just gonna have to trade, getting the girl for getting the biggest head on my wall. Mm-hmm. Like it's priority shift, maybe. I just wish all you needed was one line in the song about it, and I'm good. Lucas Green says that's where he stashes her. So Lucas Green's theory is he's going to throw her in the asylum with the father, kill the beast, come back, and force her to marry him.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
I just don't know this movie super well. Like, obviously I've seen it several times, but I don't know it.
The point I'm making is these are all fair justifications, but I wish the movie was a little clearer about it. So we talked over it, but this is the thing that I made fun of real hard when Austin and I reviewed this. But her father is such a jerk to the horse. It's one of my favorite things in this movie, where like they come out here, he gets lost. The horse tells him not to go in the direction he wants to go. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
He forces the horse in that direction anyway. The horse clearly is like, this is a bad idea. I don't want to go this way. He ignores the horse, and then he gets totally lost in the dark, and he goes, "Where have you taken us, Philippe? What an a-hole!"
Yeah.
Hot Soup, thanks, buddy. $5 super chat. He says he does taunt the beast about saying Belle would choose him over the beast when he thinks he's about to kill him at the end of the movie.
That's true.
That's true, but at that point, I feel like he's just turning the knife on the beast more than it's really about her for him anymore.
Yeah.
But then you could also say she was always kind of a pawn for him anyway. It's not like he ever really cared about her. It's all about like stature and stuff. I don't mean to be stuck on this point, by the way.
That's all good.
It's a thing I was thinking about the other day when I put this on for my girls, and I wasn't actively watching it, but I walked in and out of the room, and I walked in that moment where she throws, or where the father gets thrown in the asylum, or in the buggy to go to the asylum, and I had that thought, and so admittedly I didn't watch the scenes following again. And so yes, I saw this movie a million times as a kid. I've not rewatched it a ton as an adult. The last time
I mean, if you watched it that many times as a kid,
that's why I don't think to go back to it much.
Yeah.
And don't ask me why. I think it's just an atmosphere thing. The only animated Disney movie I really actively put on, and even still, it's mostly just when I'm watching like with my kids. But the only one I really actively put on for myself is Lion King. And Beauty and the Beast and Lion King kind of vibe back and forth to me. For my favorite, and not just at this period, but just in general. And still, I'd rather, I think, watch Lion King.
Yeah, probably.
Manu, I don't mean to be stuck on this point. He said stuck on the point. Look, I didn't mean to, okay? It's all I'm saying. I didn't say I would succeed at not being stuck on said point. Austin wishes his footstool was also his dog.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I think turning all of the help in the castle into inanimate objects was probably the smartest late stage move that was made with this production. If memory serves from when we reviewed it, and again, we're not preparing for this. I've not gone back and done any research for the show, but when we talked about it, I was reading about this, and this is a movie that was they were monkeying around with for a long time before they finally made it, and all of the early drafts didn't have this stuff, and they did this pretty late in pre-production, and I think it gives it so much more levity and charm than it would have had without it. I think it's probably maybe a little too dark for kids without it. And like it still has an edge and gets to go to some dark places, but I think that's the main thing that makes it feel like a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we have the example of this done wrong, which is Hunchback with the Gargoyles.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good call.
Well, that tends to be the thing that people go, I like this movie, but I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah, I think you need it here. And I think you're right. I think with that movie, they feel like they need something or it's going to feel too oppressive. But the gargoyles just don't land in the way that these characters do. Mm-hmm. It feels almost like a retread of this where they're trying too hard to recreate that, maybe.
Yeah, mixed with, obviously, the Renaissance will, keep trying to recreate the genie.
That's a good point, too. Well, we especially do that in Mulan.
Yeah.
We're trying so hard to recreate the genie with, what's his name in Mulan? The dragon.
Mushu.
Mushu.
Yeah, why did I say Mushu?
It's a you.
But I do like Mushu. But yeah, he's absolutely just them trying to redo
I don't dislike the Mushu, but that is what they're doing with that.
100%.
Angel Castaneda says on Hunchback and Beauty and the Beast was the same team.
Oh, well, there you go.
I didn't realize that. Well, you win some and you lose some. I don't hate that movie, but I never found it especially entertaining as a kid. And that was one that my mom and my stepdad watched a lot. They loved that movie, and I never understood it. And that was one I would kind of groan a little bit when they put on. There's really impressive stuff in that. I mean, it's a really good-looking movie. That bad guy song is crazy with all the fire. It's cool, like, how dark they allowed that to go. Mm-hmm. But I don't really want to watch it.
I want to see the spin-off where Gaston has a team of 6 children that he, fights people with.
Well, that could have been in his live-action spin-off.
Yeah, exactly. This is my team, my strapping young boys, like me.
I really love the variety of villains during this period. Again, some of them I like more than others. But, you start with, like we said last time, the real classic kind of golden age villain with the Ursula, where, she's kind of fun and funny to some degree, but she's really dark and menacing. And then Gaston is not super menacing because he's got, the Dr. Horrible thing where he's got to be ostensibly the hero, but he's really the bad guy. And then the scary thing is actually one of the protagonists. And then you get to Jafar, where he's almost a blend of it, where, he can be really menacing and he can also be bumbling. And so we allow him to straddle the fence in a way you don't have with these two movies. And then you go to Lion King, and it's straight down the middle dark and hardly ever played for comedy.
It kind of flips at a certain point where he's more goofy in the second half.
Scar, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, he's made pathetic in his way because he's a bad leader, and he's kind of ruined he's ruined the kingdom. But I think Jafar has that a lot more, where he's made real bumbling by the end in a way Scar isn't.
How does the horse know where? How does the horse know where? Maurice.
The castle is.
Because.
I don't know.
Felice ran off the cliff.
Philippe?
Yeah, Philippe ran off at the cliff. So how does he know where Maurice is?
It's a good question. He retraced his steps.
He read the script.
I mean, I guess Lion King and Aladdin are maybe somewhat similar endings. With the hyenas coming after Scar at the end.
Which in the back half, I more so think of Scar where he's like hanging out with Zazu and he's like, "Ow, why won't the lionesses do things?"
That's true. That's one
Like that's
scene. Like,
yeah, but I feel like he's kind of paired up with that. He also disappears for a bit in the back half.
no, he totally
That's like the
does.
stuff I remember more in that movie. So that's why I think of him as being a bit more comedic in the back half.
Yeah, and see, I think that's like one moment, and then like toward the end, I don't even think it's comedic. He's just made like a little pathetic because he just didn't have his ducks in a row and he didn't know how to lead his people, and so he gets his comeuppance with the hyenas coming after him. But they play it for full comedy with Jafar, where like now he's stuck in the lamp and the lamp gets kicked and he's like ah, and like they don't do that with Scar. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember Aladdin super well. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Well, you're about to get a refresher course, my friend.
That's true.
Man, it feels like there was a 300 or 400 year or more period of history, Austin, where the worst thing that could happen to you was being put in a tower. Man, people like that was a scary like frigid kind of word, man. Ah, you're gonna get locked in the tower. Ooh.
Brandon's in the chat and he says that when Chip comes back, he's got a chipped tooth. I
Oh,
don't think
that's
I
right.
noticed that or I forgot it.
Yep, I forgot about that. Ooh, that shadow shot.
Also, hi, Brandon.
Oh, that's Brandon, like my Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah.
He was just at my house an hour ago. We were doing the Star Trek Club tonight. Not
Oh, nice.
not on the channel Star Trek Club, but
Mhm.
having people over. Austin, the light coming down from the ceiling always stuck with me.
That does look cool.
That's such a conveniently placed light where he can be completely in shadow for her, and then he can step out in it. Oh, almost like a stage spot.
It is a little surprising they wouldn't have tried to have silhouetted him a little bit more, but I mean, we've already seen him by this point.
Manu, why is Austin about to get a refresher on Aladdin? Can somebody explain the joke? There's no joke. We're watching that tonight right after this.
Yep.
We're doing a double feature tonight. Lucas Green, £2 super chat. Thanks, man. Cap, your thoughts on the design of the Beast? Absolutely iconic, and feels like the sort of design that you probably had to run through like 50 other drawings before you finally got to. I bet there, like I've not looked at concept art for this. I bet there are lots of more generic versions of this before they finally land on that. And I also don't think you get Disney gargoyles without that phase.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have to imagine they probably went through a bunch of different designs because he's like a whole hodgepodge of things.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, like you add horns, and he's got like a little bit of like lion, and then he's kind of got like the hunch like hyena thing. Like there's kind of just like a
Yeah.
mix of different kind of monster designs.
And I've never thought about the different elements in it. I just always thought it was a real unique kind of design. But you're right. We're throwing lots of things together, which makes a lot of sense. Like he's supposed to be this horrible, monstrous beast. It makes sense that that's what like a witch would do to you, where you become like a perversion uh, of both man and nature in general, right? Like you're a perverted animal
Yeah.
at the same time as you're a perverted man by turning bestial.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's got like bison in him too. Like it's a whole mix, and it's like I think it has that so that he just sums up Beast. Where you're like he's got kind of every element you would think of for that, just as an idea.
Yeah, he's like you said, he's a lion, he's a ram. He's at least those two things. And then I don't know, is there some wolf in him? Like particularly with the feet?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that there's he's like a weird mix between like a dog and a cat-like creature. So, like, yeah, I would say so.
What do you think of the beast design, Freddy?
The beast design?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I don't know what animal he's supposed to be.
Like we were just saying, we think he's several animals, maybe.
Yeah.
Austin made a terrific point with that. I never thought about it. Freddie got caught up in the movie. He has no idea what we're saying right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, it makes sense. It's
Have
hard
fun.
not to be.
Well, this was great on the big screen. I mean, I could say that about most of these, but like, what a great theatrical experience. If they re-released this, I'd go. I'd say that about Lion King. I'd say that about Little Mermaid. Aladdin, I could take or leave just because I got so sick of seeing that as a kid.
Oh.
I guess I said 153rd time with this. That's Aladdin. This I didn't see quite that many times. Teddy, $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Out of this era, this one is my favorite. I got a kindred spirit. But I stand by the fact that the best Disney film is still Pinocchio. Fascinating.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I'm not a big Pinocchio guy. I have a lot of respect for that movie, certainly.
Pinocchio does have the scariest thing in any of these movies, which is that they're turning little boys into donkeys and forcing them into slave labor, and then we never touch on that again.
No, that's horrifying.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And that's one I haven't seen since I was a little kid.
Yeah, the island, what do they call that?
I can't
remember the name of it now, but it's like a, what is it, Paradise something? I think Paradise is in it. I haven't seen that movie in probably 20, 25 years. But all that stuff is the main stuff that stuck with me with that movie was just horrifying. And it was supposed to be. I mean, like, that's one of the things I really respect it for, is it's a decent entertainment. And so kids might not get, like, horrible nightmares, but it's also such a cautionary tale that it's very effective at saying, kids, don't lie, or these horrible things will happen to you. Like, these are the consequences. And it's effective. Because, again, you don't want to go to that place. And it's also
that way, it comes the closest to, like, the fairy tale thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Where it seems as almost as scary as, like, you're gonna get, like, thrown in the oven and baked. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's saying it's Pleasure Island is what it's
Pleasure
called.
Island! I was so close. I went Wonder Woman with it.
Run by Jeffrey Pleasure.
So, we talked over the Gaston song. It's wonderful. It's so catchy. The lyrics are brilliant. Every bit of that song is kind of genius. And I had even a newfound appreciation for it. I could say this about a few songs in these movies from this period. I had a newfound appreciation for it, Austin, when we watched sorry, I was blank on this title. Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yes.
You can see some of the dancing plant number in several of these.
Yeah, for sure. No, I hadn't even thought about it with this.
Gaston was one of the things I kept thinking about when we watched that. Not this character specifically, but just that song.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
The dancing plant song, and then like the big opening number. I've only seen that movie a couple times, so I don't know it super well. But that opening number with everybody dancing and singing in the town reminds me of the opening number of this movie.
Yes, yeah.
I also like
very true.
that this one, the very first song, is the "I Want More" song. Like, we get her motivation out right at the very start.
Yeah, it's funny because then we get like a more traditional "I Want" moment, but it's like 30 seconds long, and it's basically "These hills are alive" with the sound of "I want more."
Well, that's true. It's sort of just a reprise of it. Yeah.
Mom, if you go, or not Mom.
Did you just call me Mom?
Dad, if
My
you go
kids
down,
do this to me
someone,
all the damn time. I don't know.
I'm
I'm swearing.
sorry.
I don't know why they
someone
do
did
that.
a $10 super chat.
I will totally read that in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I was gonna say something real quick. I forget her name. I'd have to look it up because it's not an actress I really knew from anything. But the actress that voices the wardrobe sounds an awful lot like Majel Barrett Roddenberry to me, and it's not her, but it's so close to her. Like you go back and look at Lexana Troy and Nurse Chapel, especially Lexana Troy because that's her, older when she's in her 60s, and it sounds a lot like her. And it could have been her because she was the right age during that. Like she was playing Lexana Troy when this came out.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'll think of what I was going to say earlier in a minute. I will now read this $10 super chat. Teddy, thanks a ton for the support again, man. Also, before anyone goes, my favorite is Fantasia. No, it's not. You might respect it, but it's not your favorite. Stop lying to yourself. Be free. He's got real opinions about this, Austin. I think it's okay for Fantasia to be somebody's favorite animated Disney movie.
Yeah, I didn't like Fantasia as a kid, but like that's also a movie that you would appreciate more as an adult.
Why do you think he's saying that people are in denial about this?
I guess he just doesn't like the orchestral, no story anthology thing.
Maybe he thinks certain parts of it drag too much for it to be anybody's favorite, where it's like, you have those segments you love, but there's that one place everyone falls asleep. And it might be different for different people, but everybody falls asleep watching Fantasia. Maybe that's what he thinks. I don't have that. I did as a kid, but like as I've gotten older, I've appreciated the whole of that piece more. But some of it also is just a lot of years going to like traditional classic music concerts and stuff. Like I grew up in that world. My stepdad is a composer. He works with orchestras. Like I can sit through those things and enjoy them. By the way, I'm not calling Teddy an uncultured swine or a prude or something. Like maybe he can't do. I'm just saying that like I get why some people
might.
It's the
movie that you are, if you're not into it, you're not going to like. Like absolutely. Very much so.
And there might be that one segment that perks you up, and then the rest of it's not like that.
Mm-hmm. No, like that is a niche movie. Like there is a reason that didn't do super well.
Freddie, who is your... Yeah, and it's crazy how early it was.
It was the third movie.
Like, some of the brilliance of Fantasia is just how incredibly ahead of its time it was, and how ridiculously ambitious it was. You go back and look at it, and you go, how in the world that early did they pull off what they pulled off? I'm still
part of just the rules hadn't been made yet.
Say again?
It's part of like the rules hadn't been made yet. Like they'd only made like 2 movies before then.
Yeah, it's so experimental. But like it's gorgeous, and it looks like it was directed by 15 different people. Freddie, who is your favorite servant character?
Servant character?
In this.
Yeah, probably Lumiere.
Is that because the Be Your Guest or Be Our Guest song is great?
No. Just because he's funny.
Yeah, he's like the classic one.
He's got one of the coolest designs.
Yeah.
Because his mouth breaks off at the candelabra. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of the servants in this, obviously he's the first one that comes to mind, and then the tea kettle.
Well, speaking of
McKellen,
the
dog stool.
Speaking of McKellen, he plays the clock in the live action version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's him and Ewan McGregor, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, they're fun together. I like that movie more than I probably should.
I've never seen it,
mostly
because I can't even make fun of you.
So, it is bloated. It's got new songs that suck. But the music altogether actually sounds like it's of a piece. Nobody breaks into like rap all of a sudden. Like that doesn't happen. It's all still Broadway musical. It's just there's a couple of really lame added songs that did not need to be there. And the casting of Belle is simply wrong, and I will stand by that forever. She done.
Well, the only
work.
clip I've seen from that is the Be Your Guest, and it's really awkward when they're like doing all this fancy stuff, and she's sitting there like completely dead-eyed, and it's like that's not great.
I don't even want to blame
I
Emma. Help me out.
Watson.
Thank you. There's so many Emmas, and I just couldn't come up with it. I was like, Stone, no.
Yeah.
I just couldn't come up with it. But yeah, Emma Watson, it's not her fault. She's just miscast. She does not have the wide-eyed wonder. Like this is maybe not fair, but when I look at her in roles as an adult, I just see a girl that's like got a lot of money. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like she just looks
That's
like
fair.
she can't really act like poor and lowly. And like wondrous and surprised by anything. Like she just I don't know how else to put it. She seems too Hollywood.
Yeah.
I hesitated because I feel awful saying that, but that's how she looks in that role to me. Is like I'm not calling Emma Watson entitled, but the performance she gave was like that to me. I could not see it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I could have seen that movie early and was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need to see a live action reboot of Beauty and the Beast." But I was on a Disney cruise, and it was like a month before that movie came out. And when we hit international waters, they're like, "Okay, everybody, we can play the new Disney film that comes out in like a month."
oh wow,
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't go see it, but they did do a couple screenings there.
should have gone.
Eh.
They did add a couple of plot points, and I forget what exactly now, from the original material that I thought was kind of cool. Like I respected that they went back to the source material, and
Yeah.
that
That's cool.
They were thinking like, how could we maybe improve this story? And whether they succeeded or not, it's cool that they weren't just trying to like recreate the thing for a modern audience and then completely miss the point of the thing. Like I feel like some of the acting misses the point. I don't feel like the script does. And
So I didn't see that, and I could talk about it more
yeah,
in like an hour. But I did get to see a like live play of Aladdin, and that was really cool.
I bet. This stuff feels so super classic, like 1940s Disney to me, and not movies so much as cartoons. Like the dancing, like beer steins, like that's so old school Disney.
Yeah, even like to go back to Fantasia, like the dancing mops.
Absolutely. Well, that's maybe partly why they thought to do this, is that inanimate objects come to life is a real kind of trope for them.
Hmm.
That's a staple.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Freddie, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's another super chat,
Yeah.
and I
There
should
was
probably,
also
I should probably read it.
the one that
Yeah.
the one that you read. There were two before that as well.
Are you serious? I'm sorry, everybody. Let me
That's
go back
okay.
and hit those. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm just kidding.
Well, I was accepting. I was the only one accepting it, so now nobody's
Look,
accepting
people,
it.
hey, we didn't have time to read for people to put comments in. They might have also accepted my apology. Lucas Green, £5 super chat. What's weird in this is Belle is never told about the spell on the castle, and the servants and the beast keep it to themselves for some reason. I wonder why. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess she doesn't ever find out because they only talk about it amongst themselves.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I can see why Beast keeps it a secret to some degree, because he might think, and honestly, you could have easily explained this, Austin, by just saying that, like, part of the stipulation of the, like, true love kiss thing is she has to come by it naturally and honestly, and not because she pities him.
I was gonna say that's probably what they're thinking.
And so he can't come out and say, like, I was transformed into this hideous beast and you're the only person that can save me, please help. Like, he can't say that. I that should maybe be like a stipulation in there. Like, I could see that complaint, I guess. But I think that's probably the reason he doesn't tell her that it's got to be a secret. Is I'm concerned, like, even if it's not a stipulation of the spell, I'm worried that if I tell her, she can't fall in love with me because it just be like true love, like really caring about me, because it just turns into something closer to, this is not like perfect 1-to-1, but like I hit you with my car and now I feel sorry for you and now we're in a relationship.
Yeah, we saw how that worked out for Marty's parents.
Exactly.
How much you want to bet though that she finds out in one of the mid-quills?
Probably so. Were they retcon it? She's known all along and she just doesn't tell him about it. Well, and to be fair,
Merry Christmas. By the way, I know about your curse, Beast.
do you think it's possible she could put pieces of it together? Because I mean, obviously something very funky is going on. There's magic involved. You have all these talking characters. Now, I don't know why she doesn't ask more questions. I mean, he makes a great point with that. You'd think you'd ask some things. Now, maybe the cop out with that is she lives in a fairy tale world where she's not like as surprised by magical things as we might be, where she takes, or maybe she's supposed to take some of it for granted because she has such a wild active imagination.
I was gonna say because she's such like an avid reader with a active imagination. That's probably part of it.
Yeah, that she's supposed to think anything is possible.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously she just got to know something funky's going on, and then when the beast freaks out that she goes into the wing she's not supposed to and finds the flower, like the rose, could she be putting a little bit together going, okay, well, he's very concerned about this rose and the petals are dropping.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the stained glass windows that we see in the storybook opening are actually real and in the castle, then she could just look at those and find out everything.
No, the Tim Curry piano or organ tells her in between scenes, Cab.
That's one of the coolest pieces of animation in the entire movie when she walks in front of the broken mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So good. It's like some of the shots we talked about last night where they're just showing off at that point. Did you like how I timed that? Because I brought up her going into the wing she's not supposed, and then she's doing that right now.
Yeah.
See, I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.
Oh. Not a professional super chat reader, though.
Yeah, I am. I don't have to do them right away. There's no rule about that. A midi blow, $2 super chat. Oh, you mean the part where I skipped some? Well, that's fair. Okay, watch this. Okay, watch the look on her face when she sees part of his human face, because you only see her eyes, but it's not that far off from the the face
like,
she makes at the end.
That's why she stops looking. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to see this."
He's so unattractive as a man. Although I don't want to get too far into this, especially with an 11-year-old, my 11-year-old son sitting next to me. But that might say more about her than it does about him.
Because she's an active reader with a big imagination.
And that's all we're gonna say about that. Also, part of what's super cool about the Beast design is the cape, because capes are always cool.
Capes are always cool. And are a sign of nobility.
Right. And he does cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just wearing it. You see him flip it around and wave it, and we don't miss any opportunities with the visual designs. Another thing that's really cool about the Beast that I just thought of just now, you don't always get a great look at this, but when he bends down, you'll notice that he has a mohawk that goes from here all the way down his back into his tail.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's basically a mohawk.
Well, it's like his shackles, yeah. Oh, good night, Brandon.
His shackles.
Yeah, but it's like the back of the hair on a dog that like stands up when it's getting aggressive.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good call. You remember last night when you brought up the horse from Neverending Story? We almost
We
had
gotta
this...
run away from these wolves, horse. I can't do it. I'm gonna drown here.
She can't lose him. He's the only one that somehow knows his way back.
Yeah. Well, animals do that. Like,
You're the one that asked how he knew.
no, they only know like places they've been.
Well, yeah, but he's still got to find his way out of here. Well, yeah, but couldn't he like kind of retrace his steps?
No, they
There's
just,
snow. Maybe
they-
he followed his hooves.
Yeah, but animals just kind of have a GPS tracker in their minds to where they've been. So if they're in the middle of nowhere, they can just go back home.
I wish I had that. I have such a horrible sense of direction.
Maybe he's like the horse from Tangled. The horse in Tangled is just a cop, and they never mention it. It's the only like animal character like that.
Yeah. That's always weird. You just have the one. Like, what is this world? Austin, you gotta really respect the blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it just makes it feel more real, and like the stakes are there. Like, there's nothing gratuitous about it. It's just, he got bit real hard in the arm, and it's very bloody because it would be. But you don't see it for a long time. We're not trying to like scare the kids or go like, look how gruesome it is.
I mean, you're pushing some boundaries.
Well, and you're also not shying away from everything that worked about, again, the Golden Age movies, because they wouldn't have been as scared of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I say that. I don't remember if, like, Bambi had blood, movies like that.
I was gonna say, I don't really think of any of those as having blood, but it also could be a way of going into more of like that Don Bluth kind of place, where like you're starting to bring in some of those darker elements, but keeping it very Disney at the same time.
Yeah, and we're like, it serves the story rather than detracts from it. So I love how I think you and I talked about this when we reviewed this, but I love how one-dimensionally evil this guy is that Gaston comes to. And he's voiced by, I know this guy's name, it'll come to me at some point, but he's voiced by Chairface Chippendale from The Tick. One of my favorite voice actors. And he always has that unmistakable...
He's like an evil
voice.
DiMaggio.
Sure, except...
Oh, Tony J.
Thanks,
you. Angel Castaneda.
But he hides his voice even less often and less well than a DiMaggio. I just love it when he says, "I love it." He's like such a classic mustache twirling. Like, why is he like that?
Oh yeah, he is the bad guy from Hunchback. I forgot about that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I forgot about that
that's who
too.
that was.
Because I've not gone back to that movie in 25 years. And he did a lot of work for various Fox Kids shows. Like they had him there for The Tick, and he was in 6 or 7 episodes of that, and then he was in several other things. I think he's somebody in Spider-Man, but I can't think of what right now. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. RJ Godzilla says he's Galactus in the 90s FF cartoon.
Is he really? I didn't know that. That's perfect casting.
Oh, now that I think about it, yes, I have heard that, and that is him.
Did we get him in Silver Surfer?
I don't know. I've never seen any of that.
Because I think that show is still supposed to be canon with the rest of that stuff, and Galactus is in that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But I seem to recall Galactus just being shown and not having a voice in that. I may be wrong, though.
Oh, he's Baron Mordo in 90s.
That's
Spider-Man.
what it is. Yeah. I knew he was there somewhere, so I was trying to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, Angel Castaneda just said that, and he also says that he's Shere Khan in Jungle Book 2. Which I did not know.
Is it creepier when the Beast has an angry face or a happy face, Austin?
Definitely happy face.
Yeah.
Does that scare you? Like the grin.
Yeah.
I can't even do that.
Well, I feel like Homer Simpson in the episode where he becomes a clown, and he's like, you look into the eyes of all those smiling children, and you just know that they're preparing to kick you, like whatever he says, like they're gonna hurt you. That's how I feel about Smiling Beast.
The library is the perfect way to give your prisoner, who's an avid reader, Stockholm syndrome. Really well done, good work.
I wish the books were also people that worked in the castle.
Every time she opens one up, it's like, "Hello."
Stop reading me. I'm tired.
We get a reprise of Be Our Guest. We have to go through that whole thing over again. Read some books. Read some books.
Read a book.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm trying to watch Saturday Night Live. Stop reading me.
Look, Austin, it's the base. It's what I can only assume is the basis for the whole Christmas movie they made.
It's true, yeah. Somewhere Tim Curry is doing machinations right now.
Oh, that's what you were talking about when you said Tim Curry. I've never actually seen that.
He's the bad guy. That
I just know it's a Christmas thing, and she's wearing this outfit or something really similar to it, because it looks like a Christmas dress or coat.
Yeah, I think he's the bad guy of the Christmas one. The Christmas one is 2, right? I don't think I've seen the third one.
I mean, I think that is the first feature that came out.
The first sequel.
Video feature that came out. Okay, so...
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Tim Curry's the bad guy.
So I was going back and forth. Is it a dress? Is it a coat? Now that I'm looking closer at it, it's so completely, impractical. Because it's warm up here, and then the sleeves stop. And, she should still be frozen in that.
Well, I think she's wearing just, a regular dress, but on top of it, she's wearing, a Santa Claus-themed Red Riding Hood outfit.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. That has a cape with it.
Yeah.
I see. It's a cute look. It looks cool on paper, but you look at it in the context of this, and it's got to be, below freezing outside.
Yeah, it gives you 2 thoughts. A, you would still be cold, and B, that's a spin-off outfit right there.
It makes you go, we need a whole movie about this.
Yeah.
Maybe they talk about, they've got to have plenty of downtime in that movie. Maybe they talk about how impractical that outfit is.
It's probably a whole half an hour scene of just, I've got you this Christmas outfit, for it is Christmas, Belle.
I like how Chip is kind of the eyes in for the littlest children in the audience, where he just comes right out and says, "I don't understand the subtext of this song."
Also, you said what's scarier, angry beast or happy beast? No, it's being bathed beast. It's the scariest beast.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where he becomes most dog-like because he does like the dog shaking thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, where are we going?
Uh,
Careful.
I get that you can get away with sort of showing a naked beast because he's like, got fur everywhere and it's like he's an animal, but it's still weird because we know he's a man. So it's a little odd that we're looking at this right now.
Yeah. Not a fan.
The sound effect.
Yeah, that was over the top, wasn't it? It was stupid. And it's not a sound effect, it's like part of the score. It's like
Stupid.
So I can't quite explain why, but almost every time I've ever watched this movie, and like we're talking over this, I won't have it now, but like almost every time I've watched this movie, I tear up during the scene. I cannot explain why.
Weird.
Yeah, it gets me. I think some of it is because the song is just so well put together, and Angela Lansbury is amazing. So we talked about this when we reviewed it, but if memory serves from that, and also let me just say the way they're using the computer effect on the scene was really neat in the theater in 1991. It doesn't hold up perfectly, but it's so stylized, it still works. But anyway, I wasn't sure about recording it. She didn't think she had a good enough voice, and she was like, she thought somebody else should sing it. They do a lot of stand-ins for these things, and I think the way the story goes is they convinced her to try it, and she did, and it was like one take. Like that's what
somebody just said in the chat there was only one take. That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Yeah, because that was back when they would use stand-ins. They don't tend to do that now, which can be awkward.
Maybe they should more often.
Like when you have The Rock rapping in Moana. Yeah.
I didn't know about that. See, like, if you really look at this and scrutinize it, we've got some early, like, kind of crude CG backgrounds here. And I think part of the reason it still works for me is because I just remember it when it came out, and so, like, I'm locked in that time period. But, like, it's stylized enough. I still think it looks pretty good. It's just, if you compare it to, like, a Pixar or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how well that effect goes in Great Mouse Detective, because I think it's the first time they do it. But then obviously this is like a really elaborate one too, like especially like the sweeping shot.
Well, didn't they have some of it in the movie we watched last night?
Yes, I think there was some of it there too.
In Rescuers Down
And then
There.
next up we'll have it with like the Cave of Wonders.
Oh yeah, of course. And Austin's the
Which I
diamond
think
in the
really
rough.
works up for that, just because it gives it such like a out there look. Like it doesn't look like the rest of the movie, but that really works for this really fantastical thing.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I feel like I should be more critical of it here.
No, I mean it looks good.
Manutube puts in 20 Mexican pesos. Thanks for the support tonight, guys. He says these manias are so watchable. You guys got to do more. That's actually the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I should have read that during the Beauty and the Beast number.
So then you would really cry.
Then I'd really tear up, yeah. And then I could pretend like it wasn't that scene and it was that super chat.
And then I'd be like, who are you, Kevin Smith?
You're not really giving me crap for that, are you? Like I don't know. It's just kind of an emotional moment for me. but again, I still
No,
don't totally
the only
understand
time
why.
I've
I think
ever
it's
given
the
anybody
music.
crap for that kind of. Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
It just gets
Uh,
me. It's so
the,
sincerely performed. Yeah, it's something with
the
like
only time I've ever
the
given anyone crap.
grandmotherly sound of it. I think is part of it. I don't know. That just hits me in a
Yeah,
place. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay. No, the only time I've ever given anyone crap for that kind of a thing is my stepdad for crying at the end of Kong Skull Island because I think that's really funny.
Well, that's not fair. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't cackle at the man. Is that because he just has like a deep affinity for King Kong and he's getting to see things he never thought he'd see? Like,
No, it's when John C. Riley goes home and he like choked up from it.
oh,
But like, it's still funny. No, because he's not really like a big monster guy.
is this the only Disney movie? If there's another one, I'm gonna feel like an idiot asking this question. Is this the only Disney movie that has a big song that is the name of the film? Because we always think of that song as
I
like
think
"Tale as Old as
so.
Time," but that's not the name of it. Like it is called "Beauty and the Beast," I believe.
It is.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh look,
And like I
LeFou
said,
is being the snowman from Frozen. It's
he's got hypothermia. He's blue.
yeah, it's the character Austin wishes he was, pretending to be the character that somebody said he was.
Wow,
Isn't that amazing?
that kind of thing really puts life into perspective for you. Really makes you think.
I don't think it was a super chat, but somebody earlier asked if. Sorry if I don't find it. Oh yeah, sorry it was. Amity Blow, $2 super chat. Is this Disney's first straight up memorable OST? Now when you say original soundtrack, do you mean like just the score as opposed to the songs? Because like with respect, like certainly not. Because there's plenty of
Yeah, I think you just
memorable
mean
songs
score.
going all the way back to the Golden Age. But this definitely has one of, for me, the most memorable orchestral scores. Absolutely, because that they brought that back, and I wasn't sure if they would. But yeah, this and Lion King both have really great like actual scores.
No, for sure.
When we get to the big mob song, I'm gonna look for my favorite line in there if I can find it, because there's this great song, this great line where the mob basically just all says, "Hey, we're a big mob, and we just gotta like follow what the mob is doing." It's really funny.
Oh yeah, but the song though, the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just I'd lost my thought and then I remembered what it was I was going to say to that. Like I said on Monday, it is also I think the first Disney film where we also paid like a big pop singer to come in and do a cover
Right.
for the end. So I just thought I'd mention that again.
He's just dismissed her, and I think that's maybe supposed to be the moment where I forgot about that. I think that's maybe supposed to be the moment where he's just kind of done with her now. And like now she's called him a monster, and he says she's as crazy as the old man. Maybe they're doing enough legwork to make me buy that.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with
this other direction.
his
No.
motivation.
I think I'm just such a stickler for character motivation that it was odd to me that like the whole movie he's got this one clear goal, and then in this moment he's shifted it now. And looking back at it, I hear like he has and he hasn't, right? Because like I said, means to an end.
When he's also like a big hunter guy like that goes around and probably beats monsters. So like now he's got this new thing to go after. Almost like a Craven the Hunter kind of a thing going on too.
Yeah, well, and he's all about like the biggest and the best, right? So like
Yeah, exactly.
the big contrast between him and the Beast, and the big irony is supposed to be like he's supposed to be a beautiful person, the Beast is a horrific monster, and he comes to and the Beast comes to actually like fall in love with and really care about her, which is why he lets her go save her father, or yeah, her father. And meanwhile, the only reason Gaston wants her so badly is because he perceives her as the most beautiful girl there, and he's got to have the best and the biggest and the most beautiful. And so if he can't have her, he can at least go kill like this great big beast. In fact, you could even make the argument he might lose a little interest in her if he found out about the beast earlier in the movie. That might actually matter more to him than the token chick by his side, when he can have any girl that he wants. He's got the Powerpuff Girls swooning all over him all the time.
But I do think that after he kills the beast, he probably just will come back and be like, "Ha, Belle, I killed the beast, baby. They're gonna marry me."
That's possible. It's also possible that he could try to punish her for shunning him.
Put Belle's head on the wall.
Oh my god. Just because I don't know if you come back from, if you're not with us, you're against this, but maybe. Like, because he could see it, if he killed the beast, he could see it as bad for his reputation if he goes back to her. Because the rest of the town went along with it, and only her and her father didn't. I'm probably overthinking this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does also just see her more as a trophy, too.
Exactly.
So...
How does Gaston know where the beast is?
He's like, how does anybody find this house?
The magic mirror doesn't work as a GPS tracker.
Could you write a nitpicker's guide for this movie, please? Can you tell me everything that doesn't work about this? Can we get the CinemaSins on Beauty and the Beast? I'm sure he made that.
I hope we did that in the remake, though. Like, he's holding up the mirror, and it's like the map, and it's like, you will be there in 20 minutes.
It reminds me of the animated Tick episode where the Tick buys this device that's called the Fiend Finder, and it's supposed to help you find supervillains. And then he looks at the instructions, and there's a little piece that you have to put on the thing that you're tracking, and he goes, "You mean you have to find the Fiend before you can use the Fiend Finder?" What a ripoff! Oh, there was the Wilhelm.
Okay, so I haven't seen this, but I guess Spielberg put out some dinosaur show on Netflix, and I heard that they added a Wilhelm for one of the dinosaurs in it, and I don't know if that's true, but that is insane.
Well, do they not have human voices, or they're just dinosaurs?
I think they're just dinosaurs. But like, it's like one of them falls. It's like, ah!
So are they supposed to look like realistic, like 3D animated dinosaurs? Or I've not heard about this at all.
Yeah, I thought it was more of like, maybe not like full documentary-y, but like that, more like that kind of a style.
Weird. Do you know what it's called?
I think it's just called Dinosaurs.
Boy, if I had a nickel for everything called just dinosaurs. You said it was a Netflix show?
Yeah, I think it's a Netflix show.
I almost said let's do a blind
watch me
commentary
get
on
every
it.
detail about this wrong.
Watch like 10 minutes of it, and it's the most boring thing.
Yeah, maybe.
The Dinosaurs.
Okay.
It's 4 episodes. This nature documentary series worked with more than 50 scientific advisors to recreate the age of the dinosaurs in stunning detail and accuracy. And can you guess who the narrator is? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
Oh, it's Morgan Freeman.
It's Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, of course.
Of course it is. When dinosaurs ruled the earth.
When dinosaurs Wilhelmed.
I want to see that just for the Wilhelm. Watch it be. There's 4 episodes. Watch it be in the last 5 minutes of episode 4.
I want it to be the first scene. So you're like, what?
Well, Gaston is up real high on this castle. How do you think he's gonna go out, Freddy?
He's gonna slip off and fall.
He sure is.
Like 1,000 feet.
Because
the green skies in this also remind me of the ending of Sleeping Beauty.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, these things are authentically traditional before they're throwback. They do such a good job of, like, using the modern technology at their disposal and still making it feel, like, more or less timeless. So you can't full on say this looks like a thing that could have come out in the 1930s, because it doesn't. I mean, they're using too much CG and that kind of stuff. And there's arguably some, like, 90s hallmarks in some of the plotting that you wouldn't exactly have back then. But, like, they get pretty close.
Well, I think in some ways, and it's kind of hitting me more watching these again for these manias, but in some ways I think they were kind of always doing that. Have you ever seen that? Was it Enchanted? I think the Amy Adams movie that Disney put out.
No.
There was so it's like a parody of the Disney Princess movie. And obviously these aren't parodies, but like they're doing a lot of like the same subversion things.
Sure.
And
they're kind of self-aware
I feel like
about
in some way, yeah, and like there's self-aware about certain things from the golden age. Like I feel like in a certain way, they've kind of just been making that for a long time, to varying degrees, obviously.
No, that's an excellent point. And it worked here, but maybe, like this early, but maybe at some point they should have gotten away from it more.
Yeah, well, at a certain point it becomes a formula, and then you got to switch it up. But I also remember that Enchanted movie being pretty good. But I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Okay, interesting. I may check that out. I don't think I understood just how much larger his hands were until he held hers. He's got just these enormous hands. He's like 9 feet tall.
Oh no, he's huge. Well, part of it is because he's got like the dog legs, so they bend forward, so it makes him smaller.
So you wouldn't know how tall he was because he never stands directly erect.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
What? It's a word that means what I'm saying. Anyway, so Austin won't let me say words. It's fine. So Austin, I get what people are saying when Gaston. I'm still back to this again. When Gaston says, "Do you think she'd want you when she could have me?" I really think that could go either direction. As far as like, would he actually take her back, like you said with the trophy thing? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm feeling wishy-washy. I could go either direction on that. Like he could just be taunting him there, and it could be that he has the plan. Like when he kills him, despite everything, he's gonna make her marry him just because he can.
Yeah, definitely. All I know is that Gaston should have also Wilhelmed when he died.
He's got such a good scream, though.
That's true, but wouldn't it be better if we had a close-up of him going, "Ah!"
Well, the problem with the Wilhelm there is it needs to be elongated. So the only way you could do it is if you held out a Wilhelm, which would just sound ridiculous. You have this artifacted sound like
Yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Let me get back to Super Chats. Teddy, $10 Super Chat. He left this like half an hour ago. Apologies. I respect Fantasia. I love individual sequences. I knew it. I knew this is what he was going to say. But it's 3 hours and it has no plot. I just can't see myself looking through Disney films and going, yes, this is the one I put on just to watch. I think if
I
you
did not
were,
remember it being 3 hours.
it is long. Well, I think it doesn't have an intermission, does it?
Why is there
It
an
might.
instrumental version of the beginning song when he's turning back into a human?
Well, it makes perfect sense. It's bookended with it, so like that's. I mean, that's a good point. It's that melody when he like tragically gets transformed, brought back in a positive context when he's turning back into this inarguably less attractive version of himself.
It would be awesome if he transformed and was just still dead.
That's the dark ending. Is that how the original story ends?
Hopefully. Oh, we're about to get it though.
Here we go.
We're about to get the face.
Watch her look.
Oh.
She's got. So
she,
I'm
see,
gonna,
she doesn't like it.
I'm gonna say something that might offend someone. Austin, she's got the look on her face that says, "Michael Jackson, you used to be black."
Oh my god. She's like, oh, you're Perlman-esque.
You're Perlman. It's the lips, right? It's the lips and the eyebrows.
He isn't that far removed from like Quasimodo with his eyebrows.
That's true. Well, even the castle was ruined by the spell.
Yeah, and the statues are way more creepy than they were.
Just like the Beast.
And so I appreciate that the humans like whimsically have so much in common with their object counterparts. But when you work your way backwards like that, it's like, how did you have this man that looked this much like a candlestick? How did you have this man that looked this much like a clock?
Well, the big question I have is, we established earlier that the tea kettle has like 30 children that are cups, all in a cupboard. Did they just all turn into little boys in a cupboard? Because only the dented one gets to come out.
Were they... Oh, that's true. I guess all the cups... Well, some of them seem more personified than others. You know, where so some of the dishes and things get full-on faces and personalities, and some of them are just plates that dance.
Yeah.
And like...
It's like we have like a French maid.
We're not going to animate
obviously
anyone in
other
the
maids,
background.
so, like...
Look, they're all just stationary and standing there.
They're just frozen. Even the light is moving. Even the fire from the candlelight is.
So the question is, do we still have some limitations in the technology where they just felt like they couldn't animate those people? Were they lazy? I mean, there's very little of this looks lazy. Or the third option is they did that on purpose because that's what crowd shots looked like in the 40s movies.
I was gonna say it might have just been like a time-saving moment too. Like, we got to get this out. Nobody's ever gonna care. The people in this scene aren't moving. Just
okay, so
draw them in the background.
They backed all the way off, and they showed us a stained glass window that was part of the actual house. Okay, which suggests that if Belle had searched enough, she could have learned everything about the spell and what happened.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Those stained glass windows were in that house somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first cover that Austin was talking about.
And they got Celine Dion.
But Austin, you're Canadian. You're supposed to love Celine Dion.
I resent that.
There's a joke about that in an episode of Stargate Atlantis I watched.
She's also
the other
French
day,
Canadian. So, like, it also makes her half human.
where the engineer in that show, Rodney, is Canadian, and every now and again they'll have a joke about it. And John, who's like the main military guy in that show, was like going down a list of things that Canadian that like aren't that great but Canadians like, and he was like, Celine Dion is just okay. And I thought of you.
Oh, beautiful. Angel Castaneda just mentioned too. Howard Ashman died before this came out.
Yes.
Which is obviously a big thing, and will change some of the music moving forward.
Yeah, like it was a big blow to them because he had so much to do with. I mean, some people argue that he basically single-handedly brought the animation studio back from the brink, and like none of this would have happened without him. And like going back to the golden era and actually, caring about that style and Disney reputation and all of that, it came from him. And so it's kind of amazing that we're just at the start of the Renaissance here, and these movies continue to be, at least a lot of them to me are great. They get hit and miss, but none of them are terrible. But like, so his presence is still felt after this. It helps that his partner stuck around.
Yeah, Mencken. Yeah, and he sticks around for a while.
So he was very important. But yeah, he apparently worked on this movie before he died and wrote several songs that didn't make it in because this was one that they were messing around with, like I said, for years before it finally got made. Let me get back to super chats. Lucas Green, £5 super chat. Cap, I wonder how much time passes while Belle is with Beast and her dad is out in the cold. LOL. Plus, Stockholm Syndrome rumor. Your thoughts? Rumor.
What?
Oh, well, the people that say that this movie is Stockholm Syndrome. We talked a bit about that.
Yeah.
On the request.
It's fun to joke about. I think I'm ultimately won over on they do honest to God fall in love, and especially like it feels less like Stockholm Syndrome at the point, like I know this is more on Beast's side, but like at the point where she says I need to go save my father, and he says like yes, go.
Yeah,
like at that point, even if there was some quote unquote Stockholm Syndrome before that, he's proven that he actually has real compassion for her. The old standard, the cliche, if you love someone, let them go. And so if she comes back to him after that, and there's Ashman's memorial. I don't think I've ever actually watched all the way to the end of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know that I have either. I was just thinking that
he had that. That was really classy. Austin. You're a couple seconds ahead of me, so I was like, what is he dancing to? Oh, it's Steamboat Willie again.
Yeah.
But I
think put my headset out, so I just jumped 10 seconds.
If he okay. If she comes back to him at that point, it's warranted at that point, and I wouldn't think is as Stockholmy. But does it sort of start from that place? Maybe a little. Maybe more than a little. If she just liked him for his library, like, sure. She likes him for his big books. His big library.
He's got a big dictionary.
Yeah, exactly.
His big library.
I love how over-the-top gigantic the library is.
It's huge.
Like, that's
my dream.
It's awesome that they go too far with that. I love that.
Yeah.
Just because, like, that's like the room of her dreams. And they go just massively, insanely over the top with it. And the contrast between the size of the library she visits at the beginning and this gigantic library that looks too big to even be in that castle. Like, as big as that castle is, I don't even buy that room. There is a TARDIS thing happening with that room.
My dad's current house has that, like, wall library thing that she goes to where it's got, like, the ladder that slides along. And for me, that was, like, dream enough just as it is. Let alone the Beasts one.
I thought you were going to say he had that library. I was like, how? Like
Yeah,
you,
exactly, yeah.
you need an extra building, and you'd look behind your house and be like, "What's that? What's that much larger building than your house? Oh, that's my library."
My dad's also the king of Stockholm syndrome too. He's
Oh.
really good at that.
Oh, really? Does he have someone living in his tower? Because it's cold up in the tower.
Dead.
Yeah.
But he did get them a really nice Santa Red Riding Hood cloak.
Yeah, well, did he at least give her gloves? Because, like, there's, there's these big section where there's no sleeve. You get
Well,
cold.
no, he's just trying to keep her pretty, not warm.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, priorities. Okay, what's up?
How'd you get 6 cents?
Well, you add all the super chats together, and some of them are so. Sorry, no one's gonna be interested in this, but he asked. Some of them came in at different denominations than U.S. dollars, and so the exchange rate gets you to a weird number of cents to dollars.
Oh.
So that's how that happens. So some of the things that you saw that would say like $1.99, or not actually $1.99, they'd be more or less depending on the denomination. Yep.
I thought some of the super chats.
This is what you want to talk about.
Were euros.
Yes. Well, not euros, but pounds. You have pounds. You have Mexican pesos.
Oh.
Speaking of, Teddy, speaking of super chats, not Mexican pesos, Teddy, $5 super chat. My theory is they break up after this. Well, because of the big lips. No, because Belle is like, look, I know it's weird, but I liked you better as a weird combination of animals.
I'm not attracted to Cro-Magnon men. I read books.
She's like, I found you oddly charming and endearing when you were the Beast, but now you look like Dolph Lundgren, and I don't know about that. Angel Castaneda, what are your thoughts, Freddie? He's not being specific at all. He just wants to know what your thoughts are.
About what?
Probably the movie.
The movie?
But yeah, watching it again. And you clearly paid way more attention on this viewing than we did. Like, you actually watched it.
Yeah.
And we just said things. So, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. I like the songs. I also really like the plot and stuff.
The plot and stuff?
And stuff, yes.
There's one song.
Belle's not a furry.
That's a short right there. I agree.
Well, I think he's saying that because she's attracted to the Beast version.
Oh, that's true. Actually, never mind. I don't agree. She is.
No, he makes a good point. But look, we got to think of it let's not get gross. Let's think of it in terms of this cartoon world we're looking at, and objectively, he's more attractive looking as the Beast than he is as a human being.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like, somebody dispute that, And clearly they went through more character model work on him than they did the human version. And that's also a byproduct of working your way backwards and trying to make the human version match the Beast version to some degree, where you can buy that they're the same person.
Yeah, like especially in the hair, they're definitely thinking about it.
Yes. Austin, explain geopolitics. Because Teddy wants to know what Freddie's thoughts are on geopolitics. Just the politics of the world.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't have any thoughts on world
What's
politics?
like how
No.
geography is the world graph. Geopolitics is the politics of the world.
Lucas Green, how much time do you need before the Aladdin stream? We'll take like a 10-minute break and come right back. It's already midnight, so I don't know if Freddie's gonna stick with us for that, but we'll see. It's midnight. I don't know if I'm gonna keep Freddie up past midnight, but at least Austin and I will be back for Aladdin. Anything else you want to say about Beauty and the Beast? I know you didn't talk a lot, but did you have fun watching it?
I did.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah. What's your favorite song? Because you mentioned the songs.
My favorite song, probably the opening song.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it's also a little bit like Aladdin in that, like, the actual opening song of Aladdin is Arabian Nights, but then immediately after that, you get sort of the I Want More song. Or at least the I'm Down on My Luck, like, you know, just scraping by song. What's your favorite part of the plot? Since you mentioned the plot.
Probably the fight between the castle and the 50 Frenchmen.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I missed that line in the... Go back and look at all the dialogue or the lyrics in the music, because there's some funny stuff in that song that I did not catch until Austin and I reviewed it.
And Freddy's least favorite thing in the plot is, of course, how they just know how to get to the castle.
I think that might be it. The 50 Frenchmen can't be wrong. Like that. I think that's the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we're a mob and we're all going after them. We can't be wrong. That's so funny. That's wonderful. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. We sure appreciate it. We're gonna bid you farewell on this one, and then anybody that wants to stay up late with us that's watching right now and stick through Aladdin, we're gonna come back and do that. If you're watching after the fact, we appreciate you looking at these streams later on, and that's why we want to split it up for you so it's easy to find them. And then we also appreciate Super Chatters. Thanks a ton for the support tonight. And we're going to go ahead and get going. But like I said, for everybody that's sticking around, we'll be right back here in a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with us, Freddie.
Teddy said good game. Good game? We're not playing a game?
No. He's referring to a video game they were talking about in the comments, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he's just being silly.
Good game, everybody.
For a second, I thought there was video game talk, but it does not seem like there is. We're going to keep going. I was Captain Logan. We had Freddie.
Yeah.
And Austin the Day Ghost.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, folks.
Bye.